while you're up, Chris. Thank you.
All right, let's call to order the November CAPS meeting at 6 o'clock p.m. Welcome students to our Cultural Arts and Public Spaces meeting. If you wouldn't mind real quick, just giving us your first name and why you're here, what class you're with and what school. Is it all the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just run down the road and tell us who you are.
My name's Oliver Edwards and I'm here for Mr. McCoy's final project.
I'm Dylan. I'm also here for Mr. McCoy's final project.
I'm Chloe Matthew. I'm also here for Mr. McCoy's project on our high school.
I'm Claire Adams, and I'm also here for Mr. McCoy's final project at Monmouth.
I'm Francie Hernandez, and I'm also here for the final at Monmouth.
I'm Maddie, and I'm also here for that.
Welcome. I think people pick the art committee because it seems easy, but we work hard.
September 12th.
Okay, let's get going. GT, can we do roll call, please?
Yeah. Andrew Vaughn,
Here.
Stephanie Coffin,
Here.
Sherry Smith is here, Liza McKenzie,
Here.
Chris Nunez, Artist Levowitz,
Here.
Councilmember Neil Shaw.
Here.
Let's take a look at the agenda. Chris already reached out that we'd like to discuss the screening schedule that he sent out. So I'd like to add that at the top of the discussion. So if there's any money involved, we can vote afterwards.
So film screening,
I'm
so
gonna make
5C.
it A and put everything else down on 6A would be Sundance screenings. And then the vote on the money below that. Besides that, anybody else have anything they want to add or change about the agenda? All right, I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda as modified.
Second.
I can't make the motion, so
I motion to approve the agenda as modified. I'll second.
All right, thank you. Anyway, all in favor, all right. So public comment, is there anybody online who would like to speak? And in the room, students, if you would like to say anything to the committee, you're welcome to. All right. Seeing none.
What is your project? What is it?
All the projects that are forwarded to find things we see in the meeting and our opinions on it. And we look for problems in the community and then we make a plan to fix them.
Okay, well, if you find any problems, please email them to caps@superior.com.
If you'd like to know.
Love feedback. Okay. All right, moving on to item 3. And JG, if you wouldn't mind, I just kind of took a note about the repair of the RCP tunnel. If there's any update on that, would you mind? No, there's nothing, no change.
I have a problem and I'm about to show you. So, first on my list is the prairie dog sculpture at Purple Park.
What?
It wasn't even up for more than
Look at it's the feet again.
a week or two. Well, this is a pretty hefty,
Yeah.
this wasn't a gentle push.
No.
So obviously it's heartbreaking. It was picked up right away. I think what's surprising, hang on, let me share my screen.
Is it huge?
I gotta make sure I share my screen. Hang on a second. Oh, and I just took it away. Sorry about that. Hang on. Oh goodness, sorry about this.
Is that the one that had been at Riverbend?
We thought that.
Yeah,
Where did we put it at Purple Park?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we'll be so happy at Purple Park. That's where those kids are lighting the fireworks at too. It's where the teens got in trouble for doing the fireworks there. Oh no. Yeah. Well, again, so we've got problems there, I guess.
okay, so hang on just a sec. Now I gotta share my screen. Just so it's on. Okay, here we go. All right, so I think what's the biggest clue that it was pushed is you see this right here. So the braces that it gets screwed down to, they're embedded into the fiberglass of the piece. So to have all three touch points get completely knocked off, it took a really big hit. So it's picked up, it's currently at the firehouse. We can repair it, but I think it would be, it's of my opinion that we should keep it in for the winter, let it hibernate and rest and heal.
Get it here, the workshop, so I can do the feet.
Yeah, we'll have to schedule it, because we've also got the baseball one that has been kind of in line to be fixed for a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
So I think it'd be good if we just schedule that.
Yeah.
But maybe, keep it in for the winter and then consider getting it back out in the spring.
Are
Okay.
you assuming this was intentional?
Yeah, it has to be, look at it.
So basically where this is, it's right at the playground at Purple Park, and there's that little arch sidewalk just to the north of it, and then we put that concrete pad in the bed.
The
So
playground is here,
is right here, yeah,
and the pavilion's behind us.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any other art there?
Well, all the bronzes that are there.
You can't push those up.
Yeah.
Except when the girl on the bicycle did push her.
Oh, that's true.
That one actually fell. Yeah, it was,
Somebody probably.
yeah, true,
They
yeah.
took the feet too, when they picked it up, they took everything. They didn't leave.
Yeah, we got it. We got it covered. So, yeah, luckily that whoever did the damage didn't take them, because they easily could have.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, there's been just a lot happening. Somebody broke into the barn at Grasso Park too, and that's a historic structure, and so that's a really difficult fix, and so kind of a lot of fixing going on lately, or plans for it.
Alarming. If anything else we put there,
Yeah.
We need to put up a bunch of murals with some good graffiti coating and make soft target.
It's just heartbreaking because, right as I walked in here tonight, a little girl was out there hugging the prairie dog out there, and it's just so cute.
we've been working on it.
Sway everybody.
It's heartbreaking the amount of time we put into getting these back out,
Mhm.
repairing them.
Yeah. So I know that you're talking about budget stuff later, but there's the where your budget sits right now is on the back of your sheet, so I don't think I really need to report anything there. That's up for your discussion later in the agenda.
Have we been able to pay Boulder Phil for the video release?
That's the big question. I don't know if you want, I have emailed them so many times that it's just gone silent, and I don't know what to do at this point.
It's in me that we really, Chris.
But let's not do anything if they're not asking. Oh, well.
No, she's completely ignored all my communication.
Ghosted you too?
So where we are is, we filmed the Boulder Phil and Boulder Ballet. We've never released, it was live that night, but then we took it back down. And it's not on the Arts and History website because of this looming performer fee, but she's never gotten back to us. The last email I got from her, she said it was as if she was trying to convince me otherwise. And I had kept saying, it's fine. It was approved. We're ready to pay. Send me an invoice. And her last communication with me was, I think I have another solution. What if you have it embedded on your website, but not on YouTube? And I said, we don't do it that way. We have links to YouTube. And so we don't embed anything on our website. And then I never heard back. So I don't know what to do because we have this amazing video and it's not published.
Why don't we
And
just publish it? We've made good faith effort to try to pay them.
we have, and we didn't sign anything saying, that it was not presented to us ahead of time.
Right.
There was no contract saying so. It was an email after the fact.
Did they sign a contract? Did we have them?
No, there were no contracts signed.
Chris, you're the attorney. What are we looking at there? Can we just publish it?
And then pay them when they notice?
I guess, yeah, I mean, if they notice later, yeah, right? Couldn't we do that?
Sure.
Yeah.
That was like,
Okay, we're gonna do that.
I don't know if we need to make a decision here and now, but it is a pending expense and a video that has never been made public.
Yeah,
I think we need to I think we need to publish it. It's an incredible event, adds to our town, let's get it out. Maybe they'll notice them.
Any other thoughts?
yeah, I mean, even if it's legal, that doesn't mean it's necessarily right. I don't wanna burn bridges, you know, for them to think we're abusing their, I mean, we did,
We have to check, though.
we've tried,
Yeah.
and it's a shame not to release it, but.
Did you send them the check or you?
No, I kept asking for an invoice. Like, we're ready to pay. The amount was approved by the Arts Advisory Committee. We're ready to go. And then she would come back with, well, what if we do this? And I'm like, no, it's okay. We're ready to pay. We'd like to publish. And then another suggestion came, no, that's okay. We're ready to publish. So, and then it's been silent.
You know, is there a way to escalate? Could we have the, say, town attorney
Yeah,
request a invoice or something like that?
I mean, or just we could check with town council about just posting it without, yeah, because we made a good faith effort. To see what Nick says about moving forward or in parallel, reaching out to them.
I mean, I suspect it's probably legal, but if they don't want it, you know, I don't want them to never work with the town again,
Yeah.
even though it was legal because we did something that was in play, right?
Yeah, and it's not that, it's just, it's something in their performer union about
Right.
being paid for,
Sure.
yeah, so I agree.
She really.
Mhm.
Can we just send them the check?
I have to have an invoice and a W-9 in order to do that.
yeah.
I don't have I wish I
you know,
had.
I'll send an email.
But I don't.
We can work some way out with staff to escalate a little bit. Maybe if it comes from the attorney, they'll actually at least answer. I mean, if they've lost interest and the money is not enough, or they just don't want to publish it anymore, they should at least be polite enough to say so.
But that also teaches us a lesson that from now on, we need to make sure to get contracts.
Yeah.
Other artists, protect ourselves.
Okay, so we'll do some follow-up, maybe, I'll go up the chain administratively on that. Okay. McCaslin mural lighting, you know how we've always had the issue of the McCaslin lighting being connected to town hall? It's finally gonna get. Yeah, so we're in the bid process right now, but it should happen hopefully by the end of the year. And then so the mural lighting will stay on 24/7, won't impact town hall or anything, and no more taping over sensors. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we're good. This is not on the list, but I do want to mention, because I had a conversation with Leslie. I think it would be good for the group to have civic space area in mind for public art, whether Coyote Hawk moves there or something else is placed there. But that triangle bed is probably going to get landscaped in March or April. So I think it would be good for the group to, you know, maybe we could meet down there somehow or have a separate work session just so that you can hear from our superintendent and Leslie about what they're planning and so that you can have a say in the landscape plan so it all happens together. So I just want to put that on your radar.
Okay.
Okay.
We do that.
I would maybe at the January or February time, I don't know. I think unfortunately we can't do these meetings from civic space. Michaela, do you think we'd be able to do a meeting from civic space
It's like a work session.
at the beginning of the year? Because if we did a meeting down there, we could just pop outside. Maybe she's not on. Anyway, we'll figure that out. But again, I just wanted to put it on your radar. And then lastly, for your holiday gathering, for the open tab, I just wanna put out a few reminders. I can open a tab for you ahead of time. But just remember that, only CAPS members can be on the bill. No alcohol can be on the bill. I will set it up as tax exempt. I'll need a list of who attended. Somebody will need to volunteer to close it out, and then I will go pick up the receipt the next day. Okay? I think that's it for staff updates. Michaela, do you have any? She's on.
Nothing in general.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to 4A. So you're back on point again with updates on the QR signage.
So I just got an email from the fabricator, the sign fabricator, and they're almost done, and they were just asking if I was picking up or they wanted them delivered. And then, so I'll probably have them delivered. But the next step would be getting the locations nailed down and the content for the placards that go on top.
Okay.
So
your quote included the install, right?
no, it was separate, which is fine because we can, it depends on where we put them.
Right.
Depends on if we need to pour a little bit of concrete or not. So if we don't need to pour it, you know, parks can quickly go out and install them. So I just need a sense of where they're gonna be and what the work is and if I want to pay them to do it or have our people do it.
Are we trying to do it in 2025 or not?
The big heavy lift for me was paying for the signs in this year. So I think it would be good to take our time on the deciding where they're going, locations.
Should we bring that to the group? Because I've sent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll put that on. As well.
Yeah. And I think if we do that, just, you know, getting photos of exactly where they're gonna be and whether or not there's existing concrete. So we should have them soon. But I think too, the other thing would be is like, do we go really minimal with what's on the information plate and let the website do the work? Or, but the website currently does not have descriptions, but we could add those.
Yeah, we could come up with some.
Yeah.
Artist, date, title,
Mhm.
sentence or two or something with QR code.
Yeah.
Did we figure out with comms if they have a URL shortener? I keep meaning to ask. I can send.
I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, they do.
We do.
Oh,
Sorry.
just a little bit.
Thanks, Michaela. Yeah, and I think you said that last time, and I guess I need to check about technically how it works. And if we can change what the URL shortener points to after the fact.
It's on the bottom.
Just a little bit. You turned it the wrong way, like 270 degrees. Yeah, there you go. Plus minus. Keep going.
Oh, keep going? Oh, wow.
Sorry, didn't mean to make a thing of that.
That's all right.
That's good, yeah. We all leapt out of our chairs.
Yeah, so if we can make the QR code point to somewhere on the town's URL shortener and then redirect it if the website ever changed, that would be nice. But anyway, you've got the like vinyl plaques on top of the metal, right? So those can be changed pretty easily. Anyways.
Yeah. And so Historic has not finalized their locations, but I think we can still launch the project on the CAPS public art side just fine.
Okay. Thank you. All right, let's move on to 4B. And I just noticed again that we did this thing with the I.
Oh, we did. Oh, gosh.
I'll write in an I because I realized on here is not the town council meeting where we were on the consent agenda to purchase Silencio and Coyote Hawk, so that was approved. I was there, but I was not required. Staff handled it, and there was a couple of questions from council, mostly about budget and deferring spending, which we can't really do. So after that was settled, they approved this purchase. We did have a meeting, I think in the last CAPS meeting, I mentioned that we had picked Davis Partnership to move forward with the Marshall Fire Remembrance design. And so since then, we've now had sort of a tag up with some members from Davis Partnership and then myself and town staff. The next step is to get this in front of council. So that was a coordination meeting just to kind of get everyone on the same page since the selection process and, kind of give them a debrief on what a council presentation looks like, what type of language, would make sense and some suggestions for different rendering angles and that sort of thing for their presentation. So next thing is it December 8th? That's
Is it the 8th?
that's right. Yeah, because I'll be out of town. Yeah, that's a shame.
Oh, you're in
What's the
DC.
Sorry, what was that?
That's gonna be when Davis Partnership is on the council agenda as a presentation, I believe is what it will
For the
technically be.
Marshall Fire Remembrance Project.
And this is fantastic. These guys, every time I talk to them, I get that feeling of like, this is fantastic, like these people they understand, what we're after here. They got a great design. They ask these questions like, okay, so is that meeting going to be in person or virtual? And you for a moment you think maybe they're hedging, and no, they were like, can we come? That was the reason they asked that question, right? So they're going to be there in person. They're going to be able to answer the council's questions themselves, which is better than me having to do it because they've got all the answers. So looking forward to that. I will be out of town on a work thing, but I'll try to get in remotely. Let's see. So we had the stained glass workshops.
Yeah.
I hear those were full or over full. How'd it go?
They were awesome. We actually had more show up than what signed up, but it was great. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Very exhausting. Back to back definitely seemed to please everyone. Oh, I took tons of pictures. I'll have to send you. Do you need, who needs them? You need them. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll send them to you.
Eventually for SCFD eligibility application, we'll need numbers, testimonials, photos.
I have the
like
testimonials, if you
everything.
want copies. I got everyone, so out of 29, I got 28 testimonials.
Good.
Only one left without doing it.
Yeah.
But I know who it was Debbie, so I can let her.
All right. Thanks. Glad that went well.
Yeah,
For upcoming events, I think we're out of events for 2025.
yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to checking in on some of the things we're doing. I'll tap the mural festival subcommittee for an update, and then I can pull up.
No, you go ahead. You did all the measuring. I mean, that's all I have to say is I did the measure. Yeah.
Did you get that lower?
I got your PDF right here.
Okay, yeah.
I'll attach that to the.
We do have some questions.
Yeah, so give us a stat, I'll pull this up, give us a status update on.
Well, you guys were at the meeting, right? That she was at? It seems like we get like a little bit of new information every time we meet with her. That's kind of a little concerning. And the involvement, our portion of it seems to expand every time as well as to what we're supposed to be doing. Like we never even knew that we had to go out and measure the spaces. We thought that, like, what exactly is her job? No.
Well, I mean, it's our job to identify where we want murals.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we can't just say here and then make her come down here to measure. I mean, it really makes sense for us to choose the locations and measure and then send them to her for, I see what you're saying, but it seems like an additional level to have her.
I think in Boulder, maybe it's working.
Yes.
Worked differently. And
Yes,
that's why it's confusing because in Boulder, she's going out and finding locations and talking to people. And so
Yes,
she is doing that in Boulder.
it's such a different scenario.
The town our size, and there are other companies that do this. So it's like, is this the best? Because we only looked at one, I don't know.
Who else was it?
There's that company down in Denver, and there's also one that worked up in Ned and Grayloop. I don't know the name of them, but they're out there. So it's not just her, there are others. But I think it's a great idea. I think the movies are a better idea, but you know.
Yeah, well, the murals, I mean, we can do them both. The mural
Yeah.
stuff is essentially council directed, right? They're interested in this and the residents are, and I think Caps is too, or at least I am.
The residents are?
Yeah, this is one of the few things that I get emails about is
Murals?
people see murals as a easy, low hanging fruit, and we know it's not. But
No.
I mean, it's like, I get emails saying, how hard would it be to just liven this wall up a little bit, right? And people want to see this in town.
Yeah.
I think it is a good point, though, that only one company was, discussed and researched. We can make it work if you guys want to make it work, but if there's concerns, we could take some time and we could explore some other options.
That leads me back into, I feel like we are really being rushed on this, and I know that's because she only does one a year, but there's a reason why Boulder's not doing a mural fest next year. And they have a lot of funding problems for it with financials and donors and stuff like that. We're gonna have the same issue trying to find funding for it. So I don't know. I'm just concerned that we're just only working with one and not even trying to look for other companies. I don't know if anyone has looked.
Neil, can you give us a sense, renew our sense of the council's work session on this, right? Because, I think the way the budget is tentatively, we haven't approved it, but the way we have it tentatively scheduled is that Caps could provide 25K in the town. We had said we would sort of split it with you, right? I don't know where that comes from, if it's events or if the town scratches it up somehow, right? But my impression was that at 50K,
RFP.
that would make for a pretty good festival, right? I mean, I think that's, Leah said that was, what were they at for Boulder? 70 something? Yeah.
And they got fundraising for 25, right? Wasn't that it?
And so the fundraising, I see that that's harder here than in Boulder, but I think and it's easy, and I recognize that it's easy for them to say, well, if you've got the money, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Cash, right? I mean, I understand the motivation there. But also, we do have the funding, I think, to do this. It's desirable. And the funding, the fundraising would be a bonus, would put it back in the town's pocket, right? So we could still ask them to, they may be trying to get out of it because it's hard. It's like, okay, yes, we can afford it, but they get a commission. They told us that they get a cut of the fundraising, so I think it's worth their time as well.
But keep in mind too, she said the more she does, the more it's gonna cost. The 50K did not include the fundraising, I thought.
They, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, but they basically take a cut of the fundraising. Right?
They do, but in my experience, the fundraising is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to charge
I
us
don't do
extra
it.
for
Right, for,
Yeah.
to raise 25 grand, if she makes 5 grand, that's not a lot of money for the amount of time they probably would take.
it. So she's gonna charge us probably 25 grand to do the fundraising, because that's what she
Well,
did
just
for
to make
Boulder.
just to make it work for herself.
Yeah, yeah,
These numbers don't really pencil out great.
no,
Well, and the main thing is that, on her, at least I think it was on her budget, or whatever this document was, most of the money's coming from local businesses, corporations and foundations. We don't have any of those. We have no corporations based in Superior. We do have employees of corporations that maybe drive it at the head of the risks. The local businesses that we have, we've been tapping them for quite some time. And downtown could be a great beneficiary of this. There is no downtown to speak of to try to contribute to it. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's an admirable thing to pursue. It's just going to be a heavy lift to try to pull in.
Figures that we're not.
Beyond
Beyond
potential.
Yeah.
So if she does a fundraising, it's gonna cost us a lot more, but are you saying we do our own fundraising, or we try to do
Or we
that?
Or just don't,
Or just don't do it?
or
Just
don't,
leave
try
it
to-
as
don't, yeah,
Yeah.
just focus on the 50 and say that's good.
I mean, would the town see this as a potential investment in downtown Superior flourishing and then? I mean,
Yes,
that's kind of
yeah,
an idea.
Yeah, I can go back and look at the budget in terms of how we approved this, because I don't know that we had a separate carve out in the town budget for Mural Fest. It was sort of like, we'll see if we can make this happen. I honestly believe that the town will find a way, because we want to do something, just to liven up downtown, liven up everything, and at the same time, we also want to bring attention to ourselves pre-Sundance.
Right. Well, definitely benefits me, so, you know, I want it too.
Yeah.
Does the town specifically want to work with streetlights?
No,
That's
so
the council
the
decided.
only, yeah, I mean, the only thing that, I think it was Brandon that came up with streetlight, right? Like, so
Yeah,
he had a contact, so then we're going like, oh, it looks like an option, but none of us spent the time to go off and find an alternative to streetlights.
do we even want to? I mean, if we're just gonna stick with bare minimums, then could we just,
don't have to, just.
yeah, I mean, do we have to do an RFP? Can we
I
just-
can't remember the rules on spending, but like, I think it's 20K and above, and since streetlights themselves wouldn't be getting that one.
Right,
I don't know that there's any specific RFP requirements, but
okay.
I should know that number, but I don't. There's a kind that I did.
Yeah.
I mean,
So then I guess
I am tapped out, and so, you know, I'm not gonna be the one who goes around trying to find 3 alternatives to
No.
the plan that's already on the table, right? If somebody else has that enthusiasm and can do it fairly quickly, I suppose.
Do we have the town staff time to dedicate to this and to, because that also, she said, the more for people involved, the more cost we would pay too. So we have to consider that. Are all of us gonna be volunteering there? CAPS has not notoriously not been really good at showing up to our events, right? I mean, I know Liza and I will be, but it's everybody gonna make sure that pitch in. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
any thoughts? As a,
Well, I did all the measuring today, so I.
should we
Let's,
move on to infrastructure?
so can we just like propose it to the board then? Is that our next step?
So the next step would be to finalize the walls and dimensions so that we can get them to Leah. Leah creates a formal proposal with actual costs. And then then we move into getting on council agenda and get
So what do
for
we,
approval.
as far as subcommittee?
We need to show.
We
our
need to
slideshow.
Let's
show
look at
the
this.
slides.
Don't know why that's the size it is, it's full screen here, but, alright, so. Liza went out and, got some ideas and some measurements for us here, so I'll scroll if you wanna.
Oh,
Oh,
the sidewall of the Marshall Bridge, there are 4 of them.
Pretty.
That could be painted. I just measured for 3'9", which is the middle chunk, I didn't bother.
this part here?
Yeah, I didn't bother doing the
Where
sides.
is the Marshall?
So it goes between basically like Superior and Looker and the sports stable, that bridge, it goes across
Oh.
the soccer field.
Yeah.
And it's really a cool location.
It is awesome.
Over the creek.
It's very noticeable.
Right next to the
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah, where the live music is, so that's a cool area.
She made me walk all of this.
Sorry, I just wanted to see if there's more context, so that's the underneath of it.
That's underneath,
That's the bigger potential.
Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
but less visible from sort of everywhere unless
Yeah.
you're kind of under there,
Mhm.
which I don't know. It's a good spot, but
It's
like
cool
long.
though, the ceiling is high and
Yeah.
they've got rocks on this side where you can actually sit and have a picnic, it's actually.
I think it's more visible than the current tunnels that are painted
Well,
from
we
the
were also-
outside.
Also trying to get different sizes,
Right.
because some artists might not want to do a huge mural, so we wanted to give them like an assortment of different sizes for an artist that
Yeah.
Right.
maybe only wants to do a smaller.
The only thing I'd point out is there's no lighting under there.
Not yet.
And
Not yet.
you got lighting money in your pocket.
Look at all these conduits.
You're really good at getting lighting there,
Oh,
Betsy.
But, you know, as I was saying, this feels like a place you could place make actually, you know, like in, Glenwood Springs where they've got the overpass that goes over the river on the far side of the river, they've
Yeah.
got that pool area that's there, right? Like it's.
I mean, this is the nicest of all the tunnels.
Lighting it up would be
Yeah,
cool,
for
and
sure.
there's a wall behind us as well.
Yeah.
And it's wired in. There's,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you,
Just need light.
back to the sort of fundraising thing, Ranch Capital built the bridge and, it's $10 million or, it's $5 million, whatever it was. And the whole point of the PD there is supposed to be like monument, something that makes people want to come here, which I think they missed the mark on that, but
Yeah.
we could definitely lean on them to help contribute to
Ooh, nice.
whether or not they have any money when they do. So we'll see.
Yeah, fundraising.
That's awesome, yeah.
iconic, so the PD said the bridge needed to be iconic. So what you have there is an iconic bridge.
Potential.
Yes.
Yeah.
Liza, I don't know about that measuring. That looks a little.
All right, we're gonna have to go.
No, it's not, it's not perfect.
These are the, like, this, steep looking at the field.
No, I should show you the app on your phone.
Should I really, like, do you think I should have tried harder?
No, we could just,
That was not trying very hard. But
or
getting
you
a
and I can
box
go
of it-
out Saturday and do it if you want.
No, I think that
She did-
This is
she
very
did great.
approximate.
Thank you for coming out there. So this is what, the field is behind us? Is that what this is? The-
Feels so right.
Yeah, the field
just to the-
is, well, kind of in front of this wall. That's the side of it, and you sort of sit on those stadium seats there.
Right, so these go this way far in the field?
Yeah, it's really hard to get a picture of the front of it because it's so long, but it extends 150 feet.
Now, these are all town properties, right? We made sure to confirm that. I don't remember.
So far, these are all town.
Okay.
That's one reason we're sharing the slideshow to make sure, yeah, some of them are not, so.
The only thing I'm noticing too is I don't know, it looks different here, but it almost looks like water. What's at the top? Does it look like water could easily be dripping down that face that you were? Okay. It just might be.
I wonder if there's, there's like some lime or something.
So, yeah, the lime has been a huge issue. The town of Superior downtown sign is looking pretty rough too because of all of the road surfing that's splashing over the bridges. So that might something we think about here.
But that's just got like grass
Leaching out of the.
that
concrete.
will be there, that's what it looks like.
It's just, it can be done. It's just a lot of extra
Yeah.
prep
These are just ideas.
and sealing,
All good
just
to talk
wondering.
about. This is cool.
Yeah. Bathroom's pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
We say ×2, so there's one
There's two,
here
yeah,
and there's
there's
one.
one over to the west. This is the one that's closer to the soccer field, there's another one right there.
Were you thinking this like?
Either side, I mean,
But in the back is what?
the back is what?
Is it a wall or is it?
It's a wall, but it's got some like window kind of things in it, but it looks like you could paint over them. I don't know, we would have to decide which side you think is more valuable, you know what I mean?
And this end right here, I think, is the one that faces where all the summer concerts are, which are very well attended,
Right.
right? So there,
Yeah.
that's a cool spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you don't, or do you wanna paint the whole thing? I mean, I don't know, but it's got 4 sides of it. The measurement is for either the front side or the back side, we want to say.
Oh, this 18 by 11, the
Right.
whole face here?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is.
It would be cool to do,
It'd be
yeah.
cool to have some little found art dotted around all these things, you know?
Yeah,
little critters,
exactly.
Little skunk crawling around. or
So-
everything.
She came up with this great idea to do like in the areas that you wouldn't think of doing in Maryland, like the posts, big cement posts too that are downtown. Those were great.
Yeah, though I didn't put the post in any of these because it's, I don't know. It's origin, I just don't know what the chances are that they will want.
Yeah, so.
No,
Focus
or
on the panel
that they're
instead.
interested in. Remember you had that contact though. Do you see
Yeah,
that card?
well, that was the front desk lady, so
Yeah.
I don't know how connected she really is. there.
Sure.
Michaela, in particular, the benches, like part of the sidewalk in the road, is this town or is this part of the?
I'm pretty sure that is town.
Where, here
It's the
though?
plaza to the right.
Oh, the plaza to the
Yeah,
right.
the plaza to the right, those are all definitely town. And I'm pretty sure the town owns the sidewalk, so I would guess we also own.
There's like one up by Crack Boba, I think.
There's 8 altogether. There's one right across from that and then down at the next block, so
Okay.
there's
And
5.
our shop is right there.
Nice.
Maybe the little shops wanna sponsor the benches and have them.
Yeah, well,
This looks fun.
That's cool. So this
We
is
can't
this
put
the
table
Bigsby lot right here to the right?
The what?
Is that where I am?
That's again, facing,
Bigsby's.
no,
So
this is all like, along the soccer field.
Yeah, so I think that is.
Yeah, so the Bear Park is
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
all,
off
it's
to the
all that
left.
same area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the satellite picture, that is the dumpster, Bixby's is to the right.
Okay.
What is Bixby's?
Bixby's
The
Bar.
restaurant, the wine
Oh,
thing coming in.
okay.
And I'm not advocating waiting on them for anything, because we've been waiting on them for a while, but they will have their own logo as a mural on their building, and then another surface that I think they were gonna talk to us about some art on, so there's some mural potential just on the building itself, it would be right here.
Will it be built by then?
No.
No, yeah, not by this part, no. This wall's cool.
Mhm. That would be fun with a bunch of super colorful polka dots and flowers. Yeah, something neat, yeah.
colorful.
Or like
Happy.
We did not want to.
Mystery Science Theater silhouettes, watching the shows.
There'll be like
Yeah, that
seven
would be
people that actually
cool.
understand what that is.
With the audience,
Yeah,
in that town again, obviously, so.
yeah, that's town,
Yeah.
right, now we're in,
So
now
far,
we're private.
Origins, yeah. What, you couldn't get that measurement?
Yeah,
It's too big.
32 by taller than you can read,
and I had a floppy measuring thing.
Yeah.
so
yeah.
As high as you wanna go.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
And there's a lot of questions between it being origins and between it being brick and other
Right,
things.
so that would be potentially a panel.
Yeah. Yeah, and Leah made it sound like
Is this true?
that was pretty,
Origins or streets town, right?
Yeah.
But couldn't we do street art like we did before? Street murals?
they don't last.
don't last very long at all, and they're very expensive.
Then you add more like redirect the traffic, we kind of put that.
I loved them. They were so awesome.
This is a great, there's several of these and this
That
is a
was
great recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are 3 breezeways in this parking garage.
And this one's cool because you can see it from the vantage point where you'd be watching the music from on stage too.
And the Origins lady told us she thought that they owned one part of it and the town owned the other part of the breezeways.
Hmm.
So,
Don't
how to
think
find
so.
out for sure?
We don't even own the building that we're in.
Yeah, but that's pretty boring white wall that
It
gets
is.
dingy
Yeah.
very fast and someone's already scribbling on it,
Yep,
to be fair.
we need to paint it.
It's got some Sharpie.
This feels like
Or you,
very,
lady.
very optimistic,
So
very
this is
aspirational.
20 feet by, is this the 20 feet by 80 feet space
I didn't even try.
that I sent you?
Yeah, that's the one you had mapped out, JG.
This is
And
the one-
actually, Sports Stable are very willing to discuss mural options.
Ooh,
So
we could break that up though.
potentially chip in.
Sports table, I'm sure someone else will pay for it, right?
I thought they were already, is this the wall that they've been talking about painting forever?
I think it
Yep.
had fizzled out because I helped them with an RFP and they narrowed it down to 3 artists and then somehow it just never happened. But when they were going to pay, they had requirements, they wanted, blue logo in it. Yeah, it was almost half logos and then half sports. So I just, I could definitely see that they would want
A lot. Yeah, what are they looking at spending?
but I think part of what Leah said is that we don't direct the artists, we give potential themes, but I think if they're paying, would probably want more say than that, but I don't know.
Stuff, that's, a lot of their artists are very political.
I don't know, I don't know
think we
if there's
should
any
do political.
harm in trying to direct artists. If you're an artist
not.
and you need a job,
You're gonna
and
do
you're
it.
like, will you work with our?
I guess what I meant was, I think a theme, Leah said themes are fine and things
Yeah,
like that, but I guess what I'm saying is that when they went at this in the past, it was super,
Like adverts.
you absolutely will have these 10 things
Yeah.
and these colors and like,
Right.
there was really, that's correct. So that's what I'm saying,
Maybe
if they,
they're willing to sponsor some again, like how much were they willing to pay at that time?
I don't remember.
Big mural would have been tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
But they were actually, they weren't gonna have people out there painting it, they were gonna have somebody design something. And they were gonna pay a stipend and then they were gonna reproduce it on vinyl. and
So-
put it on panels, very much like the mural that we,
Yeah.
that we have.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that way they don't have people up there painting.
Are we talking about the concrete low wall or the siding up high or both?
Low wall.
The low concrete
I
wall?
thought the low wall.
Oh, they
Oh,
had,
there we go.
they were looking at the top part.
They were.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I was thinking of the sports table as a funder for the whole event, and if they said, yeah, here's 5K and we'd like the mural that we get to be, look like
I
a
see
forest,
nothing wrong with
or
that.
whatever,
Yeah,
then
right.
sure, why not?
Sure, yeah,
Find
yeah.
an artist willing to do that.
Yeah.
But maybe Leah could talk to them.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. This is all great. No notes, make it so.
So I think for Michaela and I's sake, and Michaela chime in, please, when, but next steps would be really for you all to, you know, if you want them all or to narrow this down to a certain number, because for Michaela and I, we need to deliver to Leah exact numbers of walls, exact dimensions, so that Leah can then really hone in on her pricing. To give us, you know, a proposal that would then go to council. And if,
Is that like, she could be like, okay, so here's a package, you could have the sports table and 4 benches for this, because the sports table is huge. Or you could do this little thing, 2 medium-sized things and 1 larger thing. But I mean, how do you do all of this?
She could price them all out on the menu and we could choose.
Yeah, like,
choose the
how-
ones we.
See, originally, I thought she said for 50K, you could do like 10 murals and one side.
that was just the generic,
Generic.
kind of over, she
Right.
kept saying over and over, it depends on how many and what size.
And then there's the chicken and the egg, like,
Right,
yeah.
if you do the stable,
I mean,
they may
that
be.
could be 50K right
That
there.
may, they
Exactly.
may really be willing to chip in though, right? So
Right.
you get funding by choosing a location in
Right.
some ways, perhaps.
I mean, I don't want to just pay 50K for just one mural at the
No.
But I
sports
mean,
table, yeah.
size wise,
Yeah,
they're so
yeah.
different between potential spaces, so.
And we don't necessarily have to paint the entire thing, you know, it doesn't have to be.
Could we just submit all of them and say, you know, what is your price for each of these? I mean, could we get that?
I would suggest, can we prioritize them? Let's shoot in an ideal world.
Okay.
Which one can we prioritize them for number 1 to number 10? And we can submit them as a priority list and she can work from there. Then I think if we can't get number 1, maybe we can get 2, 3, 4. If we can't get 5, 6, 7, there's a little more to work with then, because a lot of this depends on, I mean, most of them were town, but you know, the Carmel ones, we don't know.
Which was the Carmel ones again?
It's the origin.
All the ones downtown.
I think we should try for at least one of those. If we can get that, because that would just be cool, the one facing the music area, that would be neat.
Do you want me to keep start a list?
Yeah, that's.
Are you doing that or do you?
Making it on.
Oh, okay.
Was there a specific reason you only picked that one wall of all the buildings, origin buildings downtown?
Yes, there is, actually.
The location.
Yes, though, that's because I was walking by there and the guy who is bringing his restaurant there,
Yeah.
and I started chatting, and he was like, I would love that. And so he almost seemed like he would be willing to talk to his landlord and whoever it is and sort of work with us.
Yeah.
So that seemed like kind of a good
Yeah.
contact or a good enthusiastic person from the inside, maybe.
I might suggest maybe adding a few other walls to the list.
Yeah, there's
The chicken place hasn't even signed a lease yet, so he's not gonna have a whole bunch of influence if he's not
Well, he
paying
didn't have-
money.
Full disclosure.
Is this the only one in the garage or?
Oh, no, there's like 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
There's 3. There's one that faces Main Street, a little bit down from where the Origins leasing office is. There's that one that goes straight out to the plaza, and then there's one on the north side that kind of goes out. It's not really as visible. It goes out into like the apartment complex.
Yeah,
I like the plaza
I like
side.
that one too.
Yeah. it
Yeah,
feels like-
I think the plaza
That's
side
where
would be
the
good.
community is gonna be
Yeah.
gathering.
From my, I feel that that should be number one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or do we all agree that should be one? Yeah.
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
central.
I guess
Okay,
these.
yeah, let's make that one.
All right,
number
I'm
one.
gonna,
That restaurant guy, if he hasn't signed his lease yet, he actually has the most leverage before he signs the lease.
Which is true.
But he's also been working on it since June,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
or no, May.
I would just argue there's other businesses in there that are actually paying rent that would also promote for these two.
Yeah.
I mean, like Studio Pilates has a nice corner unit on a main street. That's on Marshall and Main.
Yeah, and a lot of those walls, Michaela, are cool because you can see them as you're driving in.
Yeah.
And they're really nice.
so let's make that one number two then.
So,
That
yeah.
one as you're driving in is
so
number
we,
two.
we think breezeways,
Breezeways is one, what, the one facing the open area.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're talking about prioritization of the walls?
Yep.
Shouldn't we prioritize the town walls higher than the origins ones, because they don't require the approvals?
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how many of these are not town? Stable and breezeways, just the last three?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's happened is that a lot of the ones that are town ones are more on the exterior
Yeah,
of where the community space is.
except for the stage area.
Right, so maybe the stage area and the benches
Do that as one.
are the
too.
most central.
Okay, so
We can
put
put
that
that
as one.
town, right?
Yeah, so the stage area and benches is one and two.
And we should get a lot of benches.
Those are
Yeah,
tiny budget.
yeah.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
should get all of it.
But we thought, you know,
Makes
some
sense.
artists don't want to do, it gives them a broader artist to select from for the smaller area. They don't have to just stick with the ones that do the big mirror walls. They
Yeah.
can, you know, open it up to a lot of different.
Seems to me like Marshall underpass is a no-brainer. I mean, that,
Yeah,
that deserves some color, and
Yes.
it doesn't have to be the whole thing.
And it's,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful wall.
So do we want to do, that one is three then?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think the town ones are gonna be so easy that
Yeah.
just put them all down and
Walls
over.
under that bridge, right?
Right, one.
There's one on the other side of the creek,
Mhm.
and that one is visible from the amphitheater area.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you want to do that one as one? So
That
what you
would be
think?
better.
Okay, so make that one as one, so do the bridge as
we want
one.
to put them both.
Yeah. So we want the bridge, the.
And are we okay with the bridge? Because there's no budget for lighting.
There is no budget for lighting.
Not this year, but we could add it in for 2027 or
I
20.
mean, the good thing is during the day, those bridges are so well lit anyway.
Yeah,
And,
but then without lighting, it's not protected, you know,
oh, you mean at night?
graffiti, yeah, yeah.
It's a pretty big space. It's pretty well lit sort of naturally. I'm okay with it. Okay, so we did north is three, is the other side high road, or is that way down? I just split it into north and south on the Marshall underpass. Well, anyway, all right, so what's next?
Oh,
I like that restroom that you had photographed
yeah,
also for being.
yeah, that was cool. So make
Which
that one four.
side or
I
all?
was actually thinking
The
the
side, the
the-
main side,
yeah.
yeah.
The side that
the
faces,
side that,
Yeah,
the side
yeah.
that you pictured.
oh, the
Yeah.
side that faces
Not the
the
doors?
parking lot.
No,
No.
actually, this
Oh,
end.
that side.
This side, the side where
Oh,
he's
okay.
pointing at right there, the border's at.
Because
That's
the food trucks park right where we are, and the grass over here is where the downtown, the summer music is. It's something.
Although you know what I'm seeing right there, that would be a cute little, what is,
It is wood.
yeah.
I
I
think-
mean, you've got eyes and stuff. There's so much that they could do with those in
I
the
don't know, I
front,
think
too.
it's got three good sides. I
It
think
really
the doors
does.
are not the great side, but.
No, but the little windows at the top, those have a lot of potential.
This is true.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. That
Can
would
I
be-
throw one additional option to mess you guys up a little bit?
Do it.
If we wanted to do anything indoor, Civic Space has some walls that we could leverage inside as well.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Which walls were you thinking, Michaela?
So in the Studio One, AKA the kids space,
Yeah.
there's a very big wall in there that needs some love. I think that would be the best option.
Also, that whole room in front of the studio spaces.
So those 3 walls are tracked for hanging art.
Hmm.
And if we had a mural, we can't hang art over it.
Too bad you don't know any artists either.
To hang their artwork.
A gallery down there.
There's that, all that space around the reception desk too, that's
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that actually behind the reception desk was a thought for a mural in the pre-planning.
That would be good,
That would be
because it
cool,
would be
yeah.
more,
Yeah.
everybody would see it that comes into the building
Yeah,
versus in a studio that a lot of people aren't.
And I like the idea of having something there for the kids too, that's kind of neat.
Well, and it would kind of mimic here, because
Yeah.
there's, you know, the murals here, and it does really.
I like the reception, the Studio One though, I think would not get a lot of eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, the kids would enjoy it, I agree, but I don't know how many eyes it would get.
There's also a lot of really cool wall vinyl and decals you can do to dress that space up.
There was also,
If you didn't
I've actually got a
want to do
picture from when we went to the reception for the volunteers. That's the stairway, just when you go to the upstairs room, giant column of white paint. I mean, it's massive. I don't even know.
That
I don't know how you-
origami hanging up there, which is pretty cool.
That's
How-
on loan
Is it?
piece.
That's cool.
Mhm.
That's a cool piece.
Yeah.
We were actually thinking about talking to Michaela about art in public places, put some work in there. What are we gonna do?
All right, so let's see, we have made it to 4. I personally don't think we should be too afraid of origins. I think they may welcome,
I want to do the breezeway on
and I
that.
think the breezeway is.
Yeah, and also the stage and the bench.
The stage is
Yeah.
ours.
Okay, good.
So we put, let's see,
How many are we up to now?
I mean, yeah, so we've got that low wall in front of the amphitheater is 1, and the
Okay.
benches is 2. The north wall of the Marshall Underpass is 3, the Bear Park restroom is 4. Origins breezeway to the plaza,
Okay,
that one is 5.
okay.
I haven't spun out any of the other 2 breezeways, which I could. Maybe
Can
one's enough.
you scroll up on the benches? I'm just,
To see them.
yeah, just, were you thinking the tops,
No, I was
Liza?
thinking the sides, because I think the sides.
Could the tops be painted a solid color?
They could be, I was just thinking, like, a kid's like scuffing them up by jumping on them,
Um,
Yeah, make them fun.
but I mean, I don't care if it gets scuffed.
And you
I
could just,
think-
you could be so creative with that little space, you know.
I think
with
you
the-
Oh,
can
yeah.
bring so much pops, so many pops of color along the
Yeah,
side
tie
in front of the
everything
stores. That are really,
And how you
Yeah.
bundle them, it'd be interesting to,
yeah,
you
in the
know,
bundle,
does somebody, does one artist do 4, or do you get the
yeah.
6 artists, or, you know, I don't know. The Louisville Library, they've got a little family of skunks walking along, and they got books on their backs or whatever, you know, and it's just, it's really small, they're like this, but they're just so cute, you know? Like, I love seeing them every time. All right, so let's help student out here, what's next?
Dumpster?
The dumpster?
Isn't that the one that can be seen from, which is the one from 36 that you can
The
see?
series of 8 benches, I mean, that also gives an opportunity to do some storytelling.
Mhm.
Yes,
Create some characters and some scenes across 8 of them.
Yeah.
Instead of 8 individual
Yeah,
designs.
such a cool opportunity.
they could incorporate our prairie dog design in.
Let's see,
That
so
one's
we've
for
got
in the hospital.
Origins, the big wall, so that's a panel thing, it's a little bit different. And we got the sports stable, that one's a little bit different, otherwise we've got for town stuff. Bear Park dumpster,
The dumpster enclosure.
yep, that's here, it's brick.
Yeah.
Is that panels, or do we not care because it's town property, we just painted?
And Kayla, what do you think on that one?
I think we're okay. I think that's town. I would have to double check that it's not somehow connected with the Bigsby property.
Just because it almost looks like it's might be where those residents come out and put their trash.
It's actually empty. If you look at the Google vid, it's like totally empty. I think that's actually where Bixby's trash is built.
Yeah.
Okay,
Once Bixby was built, but
but do we
I
paint
can't
it?
see that they've been affected by anybody putting these trash.
This would be the backside of, so they wouldn't even really see it.
This is part of that, so.
Oh,
Yeah, and outdoor brick can be cleaned, right? Indoor
Yeah.
brick, it is almost impossible to clean, but you can sandblast it off if you really had to.
But it would technically be owned by Origin because they own, well, Bixby's owns the land next to it now, but the whole. I'm guessing that Origin owns that.
That was sort of my impression, based on where it is.
So do we want to put that on the list, Lauren? For sports stable?
So the things that are remaining, are all back at that Marshall Bridge, so that would be a lot of, I mean, it might be cool to concentrate some of the art, but also you're really concentrating the art, right? So what's left is the side of the bridge, the other side of the underpass, and this retaining wall is a little bit further away.
Well, then I think we need to have the sports stable on there next. If we can get funded. Maybe that'll.
I think we attack the sports stable.
Yeah.
Almost directly,
Yeah.
try to get them to. But is that like a bonus? Is that like a star thing, like sports stable is kind of its own animal? Or is it just in the middle of this list?
I think it should be at the end of the list.
The end of the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, how many do we have right now? With the sports stable?
Well, we've only ranked 5. I think we have now 11.
Oh,
Well, if we're not counting the indoor ones.
Right.
13 if we count the options inside the civic space.
The thing about the sports stable is that it is a huge wall that
It
is
is.
currently very blank.
Yep.
And it is right in the middle of that community area.
Yeah,
And if we're doing this as part of a summer market,
Yeah.
people are gonna be everywhere watching that happen.
Right, so
so just put it in there
location
down.
wise, it's pretty smack dab in the middle. of
So we
where
put
we're
that at
being.
6 or 5?
Okay, yeah, but it is 6.
Okay.
So are you going to tell them the whole wall in the?
Well, I think that's where it's tough, because it's like, how
We
do
don't
you
know.
tell them how much and
Right.
do you know how much?
Yeah, exactly. We
So-
can't.
No, but
yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it look better if it was the whole wall?
Yeah,
It would,
versus-
but is sports stable gonna give us enough money to do that? Do they want a whole wall? You never know.
So many chickens and eggs.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not in charge of this.
Yeah, it's just for her to figure out, not us. You don't work with them.
but keep in mind, I think if, per Michaela's advice, I think if it's prioritized, Leah has an opportunity to put forth some pricing.
Yeah.
We can absolutely get that back and right in front of you for you to go through this process one more time and finalize it, then we'll wrap it up. Correct. Yeah, you may see some of the pricing and be surprised in a good way or not a good way, and that will probably help make some more decisions.
Yeah. And plus, we're trying to prioritize the downtown area that's gonna keep maximum exposure.
I mean, the hope would be to be at council in January, but if we do need to come back, it may be February. But then after that, we would have to move quite quickly. But obviously, this is a very important part of the process.
All
So
right.
what's left?
So we've got 2 that are attached to the bridge. We've got this retaining wall.
So if we're gonna do, if we like the underneath of the bridge, why don't we just X out those side portions right now
Yeah,
and just get them off? Cause you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
just remove them.
Just, yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Okay. That puts us back to 10, I think. If we're not
And then what
counting.
about this? Let's get rid of this too. This is.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know. The front side of this wall, which is in picture, I have a picture of it, but like I said, to get the whole wall, it's so far away in the picture.
Yeah.
That
Forget it
it
then.
wasn't even worth
Yeah.
nothing, but The cool thing about that wall is that it is like so big that it'd be visible from the highway. Yeah, it's good for the highway, but.
Which would
again,
be cool, but we could do that later
we
ourselves.
can't do
Yeah.
anything, so.
Yeah, we could do that another
All
year
right.
ourselves.
Narrow subcommittee says so.
Yeah,
That's right.
There's not a lot of people who are gonna be standing on the soccer field looking towards that, appreciating the art.
Yeah.
They're running.
At least not yet.
Wasn't this one, the location someone mentioned might be good for like the school group? Since you wouldn't have to be on scaffolding, it was low, easy accessible.
Potentially. I mean, there's a lot of low ones. with all-
Michaela, quit having good ideas.
But that could be
Sorry.
something we do as a project like in 2027 with the
Yeah.
school group, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I like that. That's a good,
I still like that wall by the school. for the
yes,
school
yes,
To do,
yeah.
By North Pole.
yeah.
I'd like to see them holding hands, a whole bunch of
That
kids,
wall,
you
is
know,
it
painted on the wall.
With the part, the entire length,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so each little panel can be its own canvas for the
Yeah.
kids.
yeah. Isn't that cool? So maybe that's what we do with that one, and so remove it from from the Mural Fest, because we want to
Save
save
it
it,
for,
yeah, for that project.
And
That
maybe
would be
if we're in removal mode, probably one side of the Marshall Underpass is sufficient for one festival.
Yeah,
Yes.
you wanna do.
Another one at another time.
You can see from the hill, it's down, yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And maybe if you do a youth activity or mural, something, it could be on panels instead of on a wall, and the panels could get installed.
I think that this one frankly is the piece for next piece. Like at the other end of this is that's what
It's like they're.
Down over
Yeah.
the soccer field.
well, definitely remove it then, because we don't want it there.
I mean, I don't know if they own it, if Origin owns it, or no, or somebody owns it.
Interesting.
Okay.
Might not be ours.
All right.
But the panels could go indoors at Civic Space or
Yeah.
outdoors somewhere, but if they are panels, then they could participate in the festival, but it wouldn't necessarily be on a.
That would be
Correct.
cool.
So what's left here is the Bear Park dumpster and the big wall somewhere, some wall in the Origins.
Wait, so you're saying like have also panels that the kids decorate during the mural festival?
Mhm.
Okay, let's put that in. I like that idea. Would she do that, or is that something we would do on our own?
We could talk
Do
about
that
it
on-
later, but
okay.
yeah, do it on our own.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we can put them into that room, yeah,
or anywhere.
anywhere.
I mean, I have a picture of a nice wall There's a wall. This is one of the Origins wall as you're driving in from Marshall down toward the Civic Center. Do you see that?
Like, in the right way.
Yeah, like this is the Civic Center down here.
So what
Like
happened,
that's a
what's
nice
left
big
now?
black wall.
Show Michaela on the camera.
There, the eyes,
Fine.
yeah.
See that?
It's the top, actually.
Oh, there you go.
That's okay. I'll take your word for it and envision it.
That's a very dark.
It's following the sound of your voice.
There you go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was, yeah, but I'm just sick of taking pictures of things, so we take them out.
I'm leaving. I'm not even gonna wrap this measured long wiggly.
I think we're good for this, right?
Okay, so what we've got left is the, some wall in Origins, the big brick wall was pictured.
Lots of potential.
And then the Bear Park dumpster brick. That would put us to 8.
I think that's good to start with, right?
So what's the last order of those two? So dumpster and
Yes,
then,
that looks good. Yeah,
and that's 8.
but then we'll also do our own panel with the kids, during this, yeah.
Well, again, like as we get into planning, there's all kinds of workshoppy and
Yeah,
deciding, that's the other part is, Leah can price out if her team does tours,
right.
but then on me and Michaela's side, we can help CAPS plan little workshops and
Yeah.
things like that. So there's all kinds of opportunities, but I think the bigger part of this is getting this information to Leah. And once you send that to Michaela and I, we can work to get really good other measurements that you weren't able to maybe reach entirely or whatever.
One Origins wall I took a picture of was really just like a placeholder for any wall that Origins would let us do.
Right.
Because Origins might have a strong opinion about one wall versus another wall.
And when you and Michaela go out to measure, I would like to be there to photograph that.
It may not be us, it may not be us specifically.
It was the we in quotation marks.
Yes. Really.
So one other thing, I think we do need to address a little bit of the scope of work in terms of the festival. And I would suggest we do the same thing. In an ideal world, what additional components do you want this festival to incorporate? So then we can get pricing on that from Leah as well. I think because we're going to lump it in with a currently standing event, you know, the food trucks and the entertainment components are all going to be covered. But would CAPS host the workshops, or would you want to see what it would look like for Leah to host the workshops?
Well, Leah pitched that as part of her, or that was part of the packet proposal. It was,
I thought it was.
community engagement.
Right, yeah.
Was there a price tag on it though?
No,
Yes.
there was not.
Let me see if I can find.
She did say the more she got involved with it, the more.
I mean, the one they were doing.
Right,
proposal,
right.
Getting
Right,
activist signs.
yeah,
For some political sort of.
but we don't want to make it
I don't
political.
wanna make it
No,
political.
because that was really kind of a bummer, man.
But,
Yeah.
if we could do community engagement that then was like a kids thing and it was then incorporated, that would be super cool.
Yeah, definitely.
That might cost a lot more than.
But maybe that's
Make a
something,
little
if it
sign.
costs a lot more, maybe that's something we have to take on ourselves instead somehow. But maybe we could first find out how much should we charge for it, I guess.
It's worth.
Nothing
Alright.
does that after we get the vote, we have to do it.
So here's her original, and just, this was quick. She did this for free. But this is what she sent us early on. She's got some guidelines for artist stipends, paint and supplies, scaffolding and such. And so these were the extras, right?
Right.
So she's got, this is like the food trucks and stuff that Michaela just said would be mostly lumped in with the market. 3K workshops and youth engagement, $1,000 for guided tours, and I mean, she's got $5,000 to $8,000 just in marketing and promotion. And when I did the spreadsheet that I took to council, I just summed all, it adds up to 17K or something, and I included that as a flat rate
Right.
before any of the murals. I included it all.
So when you were at the Boulder, were you able to get any of the guided tours?
Including
We
the
didn't
food
get any
truck
of them.
one?
We didn't even try.
Yeah, we got nothing.
I mean, it was, the things were so spaced out. That
Yeah, it was
you'd be
crazy.
Walking.
Yeah.
2 miles at least just to see
Yeah.
between murals.
Well, I don't think we need the guided tours, because that was just,
And ours are gonna be so close.
I don't think-
know.
yeah.
I mean, I think having a volunteer outside of each mural to talk about the
Yeah.
artist.
So that the artist doesn't have to stop what they're doing all the time?
We could also step in and pitch and do
But I don't
that.
know that anyone's gonna wanna actually be led around in.
Yeah, exactly.
But you could have docents
Yeah,
at each mural.
totally.
We definitely want a printed map. That was one thing that was really lacking at the last one. You need to have a printed map of where the murals are at.
Anyway, back to,
She said also that if we did it as a reveal festival, then the artists can be more accessible to talk about their pieces.
True,
when
yeah.
they're not working. Then you
or
don't
they're
need-
just finishing
then you
up.
don't need the
Yeah,
volunteers.
exactly.
As many volunteers to sit
Yeah.
outside of the artists.
And try to time it, and if somebody's doing that big wall at the sports field, right, they need a better part of a week
Yeah.
advance on that, and then they're just
Yeah.
at the very end. Michaela, what pieces were you thinking, right? So, there's the tours, there's like, kids engagement activities, there's that promotion marketing piece. Were
She
there
had
other-
the arts talk on there.
Arts talk.
I don't know if that, I think she mentioned that was like interviews and kind of one-on-ones with some of the artists maybe. But But I think that would also depend, we're really targeting just like a 1 day
Yeah,
rather than, over the course of a full weekend or week.
right.
And marketing and promotion included, documenting the artists and that kind of thing, right? Do you wanna hit up the Instas or whatever, with all of this? The town can do some of that, I can do some of that, or we can hire somebody.
There was also an artist gallery. Where the artists.
Oh, right.
hired for the murals would have.
Oh, yeah, the pop-up.
That
like
was,
that.
when she mentioned having a little like center.
Substation, yeah.
Yeah, command center.
And that's when Origin said, yes, they would allow pop-ups. They would give pop-up spaces. So, yeah, the pop-ups.
But civic space could be the command
Oh, that's
center.
true. Yes, that actually would be better. Yeah. Oh my God, that is much better. Duh.
Does any of this stuff jump out at, I think that's important.
Yeah.
We want people to know about it and we want to continue to use it
Yeah, but
forever.
are we gonna do our own promotions? Because it's gonna be piggybacking off another event. So our town would really be promoting it. Would we really?
I think
want to?
we'd partner her and Leah
Yeah.
and comms together. So, yeah,
I think the kids should be number one to find out how much that would be, or if we have to do it or they do it.
well, and I think what would be important too is it a partnership, and I think you mentioned this, Chris, with Eldo and SES and those art teachers, and let them have an opportunity to help lead and help design, and then that way the kids are familiar with their teachers and they can sort of all participate on a well-planned mural instead of chaos.
So do we, that with her or? That would be easier if we do it on our own. I don't.
I mean, would that piece alone meet community engagement? Is that what we're thinking?
Kind
Or
Be one, you could do I mean, a kid mural is one of multiple options. You could do a couple. You could have kind of a youth and adult option and then a Eldo SES option.
But
I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out.
Or subcommittee has to step up and help the town.
you
You guys have art.
Yeah.
we have our.
Who's the art teacher? You guys have one art teacher you guys use?
I don't.
I don't take her, so I don't know how.
But you're at the art.
I heard the one of the art teachers come back to more and the.
I guess technically I didn't, it was filmed, that's superior.
Right, but the superior kids don't go there, I know, so.
I mean, we could still figure out what she would charge for it and then go from there. I mean, it's good to know. Yeah, so let's just,
So they're so slammed.
Yeah.
They were not.
so put kids too, maybe?
Okay. Did I hear nobody's interested in the tours?
Nobody's interested in the tours. I think the maps are perfect. And you know, when we print the maps, we can also print the artist information too. So do we need artist talks, art talks?
You think they want more exposure?
Yeah, this is,
Those.
yeah,
Is that something we're required to put in? I mean,
no,
No?
we're not required to put anything in.
do you guys want art talks?
It's just, it might be cool to have them stand up and say what inspired them, who they are, where they came from.
Oh, annoying.
Maybe on the kids, if
Mad.
maybe just for pricing purposes, maybe have one line for kids workshop or painting something, and then one for youth/adults. I'd just be interested to see what
Okay.
two different groups would
Yeah.
be, because just from having done
Adult
plein air,
Yeah.
adults always said, there's always these activities for kids,
Kids,
but
yeah,
not
I
for
know.
adults.
If
So,
we have an artist gallery, couldn't we have something on each artist in there and not have to have talks?
Combine that, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I think that's pretty low lift, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
like we did that at plein air, right? Had the tent and they brought some of their stuff.
And just artists, do you like doing art talks? I hate it. No, see, I don't know any artists who actually really enjoy the art talks. I'm just gonna be
We
honest.
always love it.
I hate them. They're so annoying. I feel so weird. I have to get up and talk in front of people. It's like, dude, I just made it. What do you want?
But not all artists feel that way, Stephanie.
It's a lot of pressure. It's like you,
Thought you'd want.
no.
All right, so maps and flyers can probably be done in-house.
Yeah,
So 1, 2, 3, 4, is that a good place to get started?
I think so, yeah.
Michaela, what do you think? Anything else come to your mind?
Do a section maybe for like in-house.
You're on shared screen, right? She can see this.
Sharing the.
Okay.
spreadsheet.
So for like an in-house, yeah, so that, you know, you're reading my mind.
Is there anything else?
What else was in-house?
Promo, the other half, 50% of the promo,
Oh,
some promo.
And Michaela, if you're talking, might be on mute.
No, I'm pondering.
Okay.
what do you think of that, Michaela?
I think that looks good. I was also just kind of looking at some of her project management scope and fees, and I think a lot of this we can take in-house too, which may help cut down the costs. And I would then try to negotiate for a lower proposed project management fee. Because she says 15 to 20% of the total project budget would cover their administrative project management costs.
Right,
But I think, permitting and approvals, we can do a majority of that in-house. The whole event planning, I think we'll be doing in-house.
Just remember, Michaela, we're trying to double time you here a little bit, so don't take on too much.
I appreciate that, but sometimes there's too many cooks in the kitchen with some aspects of it. I would rather her focus on the murals and the art components and, the big pieces.
Yeah, does anyone remember, did she work with a committee when she does Boulder? Like
No.
she
Or
had,
any town staff?
so Boulder has an entire committee set up just for the murals, and they've got tons of volunteers.
Yeah.
But they also had all that funding set aside from the sales tax money
This
and
might be like
all the drama
thing
with
that
it.
she's never done.
Yeah.
It seems like we're doing a lot of this.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So do we need her?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So we do have a half a dozen other things on the agenda and about
We gotta do the
40
movies.
minutes left. So I think we can close this out.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I think this is a great start. So just in terms of next steps, JG and I will work together, get kind of a more formalized scope of work to present to Leah, and then have her return to us a more detailed proposal with more cost estimate specifics in there. Hopefully it fits within our ballpark 50K range and we can take it to council for approval in January. If not, we'll bring it back to CAPS as a whole to kind of maybe weed it out a little bit, so then we can have a more streamlined budget proposal brought to council in February.
Well, thank you and JJ for doing that. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So let's go, let's see, 5B is digital screen programming. Adria had done that, but she had used the logo incorrectly. She's re-rendered it, so I'll try to get that to you, JG, to put on the screen here. All right, that was easy. Film screenings.
Oh, we need to do all of that.
So
All of them.
film screening is now 6.
Oh, that was already on, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the big deal out of that, it was kind of already on there.
A 5C?
Well, 5C is, I think Andrew is preferring that it's
Be a discussion.
a discussion item instead of a work plan check-in,
Well, there's
because
two different, so one is the 2026 stuff.
Yeah.
And one is the potential 2025 thing.
Right, yeah, we needed to be sure that we got the potential for doing something within the next, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So the 12th is not available, but the 19th is at Civic Space.
the only thing, what I always worry about is the amount of time to promote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely inside what comms like, so we would be asking for a favor here, but in the interest of kicking this off and spending money that we have this year, is it worth lighting the fire?
And that close to the holidays. I'm just,
I know.
I don't mean to be devil's advocate. I'm just throwing out some reality points. Cause we want this to kick off well, right?
How could we promote the December one? What's available to us for
What was the date?
December 19th?
19.
You know, well, comms has, you know, they have publications, you know, the Sentinel, they have
Right.
certain things and it depends on where it falls. But then they, of course, can do social media and email, but that's only a small part of it. You know, getting into those weekly happenings of the Sentinel and the Parks and Rec newsletter, those are some really heavy lifts and we may not make those. That's why I've always put that 6 to 8 week out advance so that we can at least hit as many publications as possible.
I will say,
Yeah.
the licensing goes down if you have a smaller audience.
Really?
So there's no requirement to try to maximize whatever audience we're gonna get on the 19th. It's had to be the first screening.
Yeah, and the intention is to build momentum, right? We can publish this in the spirit of Salo Superior and everything else. We can publish this for the entire year, to try to get people coming back and all of
Yeah,
that.
you could do actually like a whole annual program with some graphic design, you know, just like a spreadsheet.
You could put a flyer in the next Hello Superior that you could just pin on your,
Yeah.
on your refrigerator.
All the dates.
All the dates.
That would be good.
Well, so the January, February, March, hello is long
Already done.
past.
Yeah.
So it'd be the one after that. But in the meantime, if we could, I mean, if this is something you want to do, we would need a content package like, you know, you've done in the past where we need splashy images and pages and information.
Distributor provides posters,
That's great.
stills.
But you would want an umbrella, something for CAPS, right? Kind of CAPS presents or something, I don't know.
I don't know how these do.
It seems to me like it's
Just
relatively
some
cheap.
context of where it's
How much-
coming
how much
from.
Was it for, what
This one's
was,
about $400.
I think we should just do it.
Here's the,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
I need that back though.
You know,
No.
it's a screening, but it's also a Christmas movie, right?
Yeah.
You're just throwing a Christmas movie up, and I think people will do that on December 19th.
And how much do we have left over in our, oh, yeah,
$600.
we're okay.
No, well, yes, or we could do discretionary. So,
Yes. So do we need a motion or can we just do it?
Well, we can't vote on an item that we added, so we'll do it down in what was formerly 6A. But
Okay.
we can agree now as a group that we think it's worthwhile, even though acknowledging that promotion is probably not gonna be perfect,
So-
it'll just be best effort.
The next question, however, is what equipment do we have available to us at the Silver Space for screening?
We have a sound system. We have about a 10-foot projector screen and projector already in place.
Because when I was in there a week ago, there was big LED panels on a stage.
That was rented. That is all moved out now.
So has anybody tested that equipment with some sort of film content?
Yeah, wasn't,
So Michaela, this was, the screen you're talking about is what was used during the volunteer appreciation dinner? Is that?
Nope, not at all. Lower your expectations here. Let me share my screen.
Nobody there place near assuming.
Can you see that picture?
Yeah.
I know it's not super wow.
What about the wall?
yeah, can we put it on the wall?
It's, oh, Michaela, there's a data thing on the, behind that screen, right?
Yeah, there's a data box right back here.
10-foot wide.
That's small.
If you wanted to throw a little money at it, we could, $600 would get a full AV company in to do like a 12-foot screen. That's what we're using for the day after. We're doing a holiday movie on the 20th.
How much do these screens cost? 'Cause
That's
we
what I
have
was just gonna say.
to buy it.
What
Can we
if-
just buy a screen?
Well, instead of $600 a pop, Michaela,
Yeah.
do you have happen to know what that same equipment, have you by chance priced it out?
Just the movie projector equipment.
And a bigger.
And a
screen.
much bigger screen?
Yeah,
Like-
you're right. Like the last time I looked at it we were looking in like the $8,000 range.
Okay, so we got 4. What can we get for 4?
Sell some digital screen.
Yeah, not fast enough.
Craigslist works pretty quick.
So we have 4 grand right now.
Since you're already renting it for the 20th screening, is that no way to just get a 2-night rental?
I tried, they bring in employees to run it all, so they set it up, they run it, and then they take it home.
And what you're talking about for the next day, is closer to the volunteer appreciation type?
Nope, not at all.
Is there?
Okay,
That setup was $60,000, so
Ah.
lower your expectations dramatically
That was to purchase or to rent?
to purchase.
Oh. How much did the town pay to have it there for the month or whatever that it was in there?
10,000.
We need to just buy it. We really do.
what if on this first round, I know this is not ideal, but what if on the first round, you had 2 of the screens, 2 of your screens?
Digital screens?
Yeah,
And in a, I know it's not ideal, but at least if there are 2 of them. And
It's the same
you
with-
know, thinking your audience may not be as big. 2 or 3 monitors. I know.
so,
Well, we're trying, I mean, I think Chris and I maybe are on the same, we're talking about building momentum and doing this as a long-term sort of Sundance prep thing, you know, so it is an investment.
I think we should just somehow, isn't there some way we can find another 4 grand?
From where?
I don't know, can
That-
we hit
that
up
would-
the
that wouldn't-
council?
That wouldn't work for December, I don't think.
So
Okay, the next question, Michaela, are there plans in next year for said equipment eventually to be purchased?
There were plans, there's no longer budget for it.
Okay, got it.
Not to the magnitude of what was at the volunteer reception or the last concert last weekend.
So to me.
Minimum hopes is we can get a wall LED screen similar to what we had. But there's some challenges there too.
So also as just a FYI, there is a private citizens group gaining momentum around supporting Sundance.
Mhm.
And screenings, I guess, like screen space is a premium for Sundance right now. That they don't have enough screen space in Boulder.
Maybe they can pay for it.
Right?
But whatever civic space or anywhere else potentially would be attractive for the festival to use for official screenings.
That would be huge.
My feeling is either way, we need to invest in getting this.
Somebody
equipment in the
does, I'm in agreement that the town needs to.
Yeah, no,
To
I
make
mean,
the civic space.
What we're talking about for Sundance is actually 27, I mean, it's an investment during 26.
Right.
So we can bootstrap it for this December and then the board will find the money in early 26 to go ahead and buy a big ass screen, sorry, a large screen.
So the board will give the funding
We'll
for it?
find a way. I mean, we
Okay,
unfortunately put 0 in the budget for 26 for Sundance.
right.
I missed the second meeting, so that's my fault. No, so we're gonna have to find them.
Okay.
Especially if there's a shortage of screens, it's a great opportunity to just jump on that.
Oh, yeah,
early,
definitely.
Tell all the organizers before everybody else brings up their own screens.
Yeah.
Yeah. you might
So
buy
then
some
I
chairs
think we
too.
have to rent it for December then,
Yeah.
right? Let's just rent it.
But
Another not ideal is Long's Peak, the room, there is a giant blank wall with nothing on it.
Nah, we might as well just rent it. Make it, let's just rent it.
But when we say rent it, Michaela, can you put your 10 footer
Picture
back?
back up. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I totally closed it out.
Sorry.
I'm just saying, if we have a projector, we
Yeah.
have a giant wall in Long's Peak and it can fit a lot of chairs. And I know it's not civic space, but you would get a beautiful, huge projection in there.
Can it seat as many as the civic space?
Probably not, no. But it might not get that many the first one.
But it is the holidays and people, I mean, around here, we have a lot of families coming to visit, a lot of, I'm looking for things to do. I mean, I'm being hit up big time to do workshops in December. It's crazy.
We can go bigger on a rental. You know, the price just goes up a little bit. I can get quotes, you know, probably tomorrow.
So
We
the
just
one,
don't
the
know.
one, the one you put up, what you said was 10 foot, and then you said for $600, did I hear you say 12 foot?
A 12-foot is what we're renting, yeah, for 600.
So just marginally bigger than what's there.
Yeah, it's nicer. I mean, it's higher professional grade quality, with a backlit projector, so visually it'll be nicer.
How many can we fit into line speaking to?
I mean, there's a 13-foot wide.
I would say probably comfortably
$50.
60 seated,
I didn't hear one time.
60 to 70 seated. I mean, it would be tight, but Michaela, do you think 60 or 70 seated in Long's Peak would be doable?
50.
50? Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
50. What?
13-foot wide inflatable screen on Amazon for $130.
Show Michaela.
But can,
Got it.
can you sit?
If you got in here one
Okay.
time, problem was light, not the screen, you know, it was just, you can't really get it dark in here.
Yeah, and same thing with Long's Peak. Well, I guess this time of day, but you're gonna get the streetlights behind Long's Peak with the garage doors, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't think it'd be too terrible, but if that's $100.
I know. Is that on Prime? Free shipping.
Right, the app too.
Oh, is it on Hall yet? Can you check to see if it's on Hall?
Can they get it to us by 5 a.m. tomorrow? Yes.
Chris, send me the link, just for giggles. Michaela, if they ordered something like that, do you think it would work up on the stage at Civic?
So the problem we ran into with the inflatables is that they run in order to keep them. The inflatable ones are usually made for
Yeah.
outdoor venues because it's like a jumpy castle. You run them off of a generator so the air is constantly flowing through them to keep them taut.
Yeah. That's not good.
Well, look, there's a.
Okay, never mind, don't send it to me.
15 large projection screen for $143
What do you think?
on Amazon.
World
Show
leader.
Can
Michaela.
you
No, in front of your face. Wait, don't look at this, just look at that.
It's on Amazon.
On Amazon. I mean, the
Amazon.
other cheap, if we were gonna just use a white screen in Long's Peak, we could just throw up a big giant white sheet and tack it to the
No,
wall. For,
There's that, no, actually, there's a white wall, you know, the scary mural you don't like?
yeah.
That
Don't
wall
call
is
me out.
completely blank. That wall's blank right now.
Right, but what I'm saying, it'd be equivalent to this wall.
Oh, yeah.
We would just have to put a sheet up because it would cover up the utility box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the projector quality makes a huge difference too. It's not just the size of the screen. It's
I
the
like the
projector
idea
quality.
of building our momentum in the civic space.
We can get a 25 for 189.
Well, I guess, so with the licensing fee being in the ballpark of $400, how much are we willing to spend on this event, right? I mean, because we could, Michaela offered to get quotes on other screens. So we could just say, if we're willing to spend $2,000 on this one, you know, approve that much for the combined event or something like that, and see what we can get to.
Yeah, I mean, they have just a hanging screen, one that you stretch like what you saw, the one that you had on stage there. It's 250 inches,
250 inches. Oh,
20 feet.
inches. Oh,
20 feet.
yeah.
And so it's not inflatable, it's just a white projector screen. It's 100, then they have the 300 inch for $190.
You anchor it at the top somehow?
Yeah, you just stretch it around the perimeter.
Michaela, do we have the projector or is that part of the rental?
We have our own projector. It's I think an Amazon purchase projector to go with this screen. I didn't purchase it, so I don't know how high quality it is.
I mean, I just found the same thing for 119 on Amazon.
Specs on it.
You back it way up, it may be really faint.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we know it's doable. We can buy the screen on Amazon.
Yeah, they have 300 inches, but it's.
All right, so I'm gonna go up to 35 foot and see how big we
It's a very
can.
powerful projector to project it.
Yeah, yeah. But that would fill that wall in civic space.
We are running out of time. I don't know how to resolve this.
Okay, how about I'll do some research and then I can circle up with Chris and shoot some options.
Sure.
Well, don't we have to just vote to kind of budget amount, or can we just do?
Can we get,
Do an up to vote.
What do we want to say up to? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. Either way, we need to do it for the other ones too. So.
The other ones are in 26.
Right, but we still have that $4,000 left.
Does not roll.
It does not roll, right? But I don't think we want to do any kind of half solution. We don't want to buy any kind of medium.
Let's get it.
We can't afford the whole solution. Then
Yeah.
spending $4,000 on something, it's a waste.
That's a lot of money for hypothetical solution.
Right. I think the town needs to invest in this soon.
So how much do we want to motion for now for December?
Assuming our projector is gonna work and we just get a slightly larger screen that we can put on the wall at civic space.
Yeah.
And
Or just on the stage and get seating closer up.
So how about,
realistically, what would you expect numbers wise? Show up on a Friday night right before Christmas with 3 weeks notice on public.
I mean, who knows? We could get, it could be a lot. Who knows?
or give me 3 people?
Yeah, exactly. We don't know. We never know.
The licensing company can get us a file in 48 hours.
So do we, I'm just gonna.
We would just need, like I said, some sort of,
Want to do that?
just a quick blurb,
So we got something?
just explaining what this is.
Mm.
And
Well, what do you guys think about the Boulder Film Friends in Superior? BFFs.
I like that. I think that's cool. Yeah, it does.
posted by CAPS.
How much are we
Right.
going to invest in a movie 3 weeks from now?
A holiday movie for the holiday.
Holiday movie for the holidays. So it's $400 at a minimum, so then the equipment, what are we willing to add? If we said $2,000, and that would give Michaela,
Well, yeah, I guess that would give you a lot of options.
Well, we would say up to $2,000. I mean, she wouldn't have to spend that much.
Right.
It's
and
just,
then
yeah,
if it works out to get $150 drop off,
Yeah.
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or if it's a rental from the same company, but just a little bigger.
The audio that we've got, you said was not very loud.
no, we have a professional grade audio system. It would be, I have never used it in conjunction with streaming a movie though. So we're gonna have to figure that part out real quick.
Okay.
Worst case, I can get an AV guy to come in for $100 and do it for us.
Which you would still have, you could lump into this
Yeah.
up to figure
Yeah,
to cover like equipment, tech, like just, you could bundle it in your motion.
So if we're gonna do it every month, by January, are we going to have all this resolved so that we won't
No.
have the same?
no, we
issue?
won't. We'll have the same issue in January,
We will
February.
have one screening tested
Yeah,
by that point,
Okay,
with a potential solution from that one figured out then, but not like
Got a year to work our way to figuring this out.
yeah.
so whatever we get now, we'd have to use for January as well. at
Correct.
least.
We would
And
have to do
possibly
it again.
February,
Mhm.
and then see if we can get with the town to invest by March, then maybe, hopefully.
But I
Yeah.
actually think January screening has the biggest potential. if it's the librarians. Because that would be the opening night of Sundance, and the 23rd,
Yeah.
for the coincides with that.
Yeah, yeah, so we have the 2026 work plan left on the agenda and 15 minutes. So we probably need to
Wrap this up.
do.
All right, I motion that we reserve up to $2,000 to spend for, what do you want this for? This holiday film screening. That sound right? Up to $2,000? Anyone want a second? I'll second. All right, do we need to vote?
We do need to vote.
Let's do it. Roll call it.
Andrew,
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Liza,
Yes.
Chris,
Yep.
Artis?
Yeah.
Okay. So Michaela, sorry to put that in your lap, but so we've got the approximately $400 licensing fee, giving us $1,600 to work out the best. Film screen projector combination we can by 12/19.
And,
What's
and
happening now?
just, and real quick, and then we really need to move on. Michaela, if you handle that part, I'll work with Chris for comms, that side.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so next on the agenda technically is, or I guess we're still on the remainder of the budget and possible spending. Did you have anything in mind, or did you just, okay, I didn't have anything.
No, just to, it's sort of, when I start finalizing the budgets for the year and report back to Leslie and everyone else, I would like to have, an idea of what our balances are gonna be, so.
You want us to just do a motion and vote on the work plan that you sent us? Cause I think everyone, I went through it, did everyone?
I think we need to pull it up again.
Yeah,
Okay.
and real quick, let me just move to what is currently C here, the December work session holiday gathering. We need to choose our location before we run out of time. Somebody had tossed out the family Mexican restaurant over by the sheriff's substation. As an
Yeah,
option.
they're hurting.
So, yeah, that's agave. Anybody have a strong preference?
Agave?
Agave.
Agave, okay.
Let's just do it.
Yeah,
Like that?
yeah. What was the date again?
It is the week before the Thursday that our meeting would normally be, which is
18?
the 18th,
Okay, oh yeah, okay.
So right before our screening.
right before screening.
Nice.
Okay. All right, so going back then to the work plan, I did send it out. I'll pull it up. I wrote a lot of fancy words, but this is, I guess, the real crux of it, right? We've got that top line is 45K, that sort of together is art acquisition, installation, and media production around it.
Did we put enough in the Sundance screenings of that?
The total is 4,900 just for the screenings, the fee.
License fees.
So we definitely need to break down that.
And then extra just in case for some of the stuff you just talked about.
So maybe what?
This is a,
8 maybe?
I was thinking like 9 pounds.
okay, switching to a spreadsheet. All right, so, the reason this was blue was because it was out of the discretionary or whatever we're calling. the
Programming budget.
Programming budget, which only has 5 in it, so, if we're not. We have to borrow from the other stuff, which is out of technically capital improvement, if we're gonna go beyond 5K.
So,
The digital exhibitions, I think they probably in good faith not be blue because working on getting those screens kind of as an infrastructure thing in the civic space.
What's media production?
That is all surrounding, you know, that's, we would do our.
The videos that
video
we've hired the
and
videographer for, those great videos. Have you seen them?
Yeah, yes.
I mean, so we can boost that to 5, which would cover JD's minimum. That gives us no margin left.
We need a margin up.
We also haven't talked about Coyote Hawk, which we purchased and talked about moving, and, you know, we can just say, you know, that would be in here. We would just be juggling if we want to do that early, and we think it would be significantly cheaper than it was before because we do it ourselves, but that would also come out of that if we do that in 26. So this needs to come down at a minimum just to balance the budget.
So is that 10, do we still have to, if we're moving it ourselves?
No, it was 10 before, but it was, how much was it to install Silencio? It was like
$2,500.
2,500.
Yeah, at most.
So maybe we change that to 3 then if we're gonna do it ourselves?
I heard Mike.
We're not gonna technically do it ourselves,
Yeah,
but.
yeah. Yeah.
But
It's just a matter of priorities. I don't think I really care, you know, how much do we think Sundance has to be, and do we feel like we can justify it coming out of the capital improvement budget?
I think Sundance has to be at least 8.
Why is that?
Just because if the town doesn't buy the screens, then we need to pitch more in, you know? We don't know. We don't know how big this is gonna get.
Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made, if the board truly believes that Sundance is worth the investment, it needs to come from the board and not use
Right.
caps as the vehicle to do it.
Yeah.
Then that would be
That's
awesome.
the
We'd have to,
position
we'd have.
I would take as a caps number.
Right,
Yeah, because the board's giving you dual mandates, Mural Fest and help us with Sundance. But no additional capital to do that, so.
Yeah, the enhancements to the civic space, I feel like that come from the town as an investment in Sundance and our economy.
Yeah, no, and I think the board has been consistent around, let's do something for Sundance. We got a work session on Monday, so it'll be good, or December 1st, so it'll be a good time to refresh this. That we need money, town's budget, and civic space to support Sundance Pride. I'll bring that up. Like, this doesn't help you guys, right? Because
right.
you gotta adopt a budget today, and the only thing I can tell you is the position you should take is, you know, everything related to Sundance, that's a capital improvement to the civic space. Is a capital improvement to the civic space, it shouldn't come out of the county.
so if they earmark this,
Cap should be paying for the content, or, you know, not the cap.
And 5K covers the content, it sounds like.
yeah, cause that's,
You included December in your total?
so 2026 is 4,900. So $100 shy.
That's, it's hard. What if someone, I mean, that doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room, though, does it? If something happens, I mean, I don't know. We don't know. If suddenly their prices, you know, then maybe their fees change.
The one thing that we have not talked about that I neglected to include in that list of films is there's also the possibility to invite the filmmakers, which have appearance fees typically.
Right,
Now, it's not required,
right.
but like the opening night of Sundance is January 23rd, which will be the prospective screening of The Librarians. That director is very likely on her way to Sundance right then and could pit stop here on her way there and potentially drive her appearance fee way low, but still require more.
What are the typical appearance fees?
For her on that film, it's 5K. Now, I don't want to do that. I already told them no.
Yeah, yeah.
But she was gonna check to see, hey, if she's already on her way to Sundance, can she pit stop here for $500?
Right, yeah.
Spring for a hotel bill.
Right.
So maybe we should at least give a little bit.
No promise, but another.
I mean, if we're allowed to get someone in for $500, I think that would be great.
It would be great.
If we could do the publicity for it, so maybe not the first film, but, you know.
But it is only the second.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we
But
have,
that's plenty of time
6
for
minutes
that
to
one.
decide our priorities, and it really is a trade between the art acquisition and Sundance, and I don't know that I have a really strong preference, honestly. And how we hand wave the fact that we're repaying our, those director fees out of the capital improvement budget.
I just think focusing on Sundance would be huge for our town.
I think building the audience is the first goal.
Yeah,
The appearances would be a nice add on top.
and that's community engagement right there.
Well, and we can, you know, we're notorious for underspending, at least at the end of the year, right? So, I mean, if we spend the first 3 months, if we spend the first 3 months of the year figuring out what we're gonna do, ARTery, all that stuff, find a piece, and it's 15K. Then we find ourselves in a position to do more and, you know,
Yeah.
and I think that, you know, we probably have approached the board, but I don't think they would fault us for shifting the priorities like that in the middle of the year.
Yeah,
So what do you think? Just keep it like that?
yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Everyone okay with that? This is a vote? Well, we have to do a motion, but I mean, does anyone have any problems with it? Can we motion it?
Okay, so
I'm good.
I will move to approve the work plan as emailed out but amended for this small adjustment to the spreadsheet.
Seconded.
Well, I guess.
You want a roll call vote?
Sure.
Usually only do that when you're spending money.
Yeah, but you know, we've got to keep you busy.
Andrew,
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Sherry,
Not here.
or sorry, Liza, Chris, artist.
Yes. Yay.
Okay. So we have to spend less than $2,000 at dinner in December.
No drinking.
With no alcohol.
Bring your own wine.
Okay, 4 minutes. Does anybody have any last thoughts or go backs? All right, I move to adjourn the November CAPS meeting at 7:56.
A second, it's our. But look at you like, yeah, we're done.
All right.
You guys made it.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations.